Hey, my name is John Clark. I'm a licensed therapist, and in this video we're going to be talking about whether or not therapy is truly expensive, what you're really getting when you invest in therapy, and just some different ways to think about whether therapy is something that you can afford right now. Let's dive in. Okay, so you've probably heard this before, but a lot of people will consider therapy an investment. What does that mean? Well, it's an investment in yourself. It's an investment in your current health and well-being. It's an investment in your future. It's an investment in your relationships, your ability to just function well in your world, in your job, to pursue what you love. It's a way of unblocking you from your fullest potential. Obviously, I'm biased because I am a therapist. I've also been in therapy most of my life. I consider that an essential part of being a therapist, and so for me, it's a worthwhile investment. But in this video, I just want to help you try to decide if it's an investment worthwhile for you. Okay, so tip number one is to just kind of check your priorities. If therapy's been a priority for you for a while, or you want it to be a priority, look at what you would pay for therapy, whether you're using insurance or paying out of pocket or maybe some combination there. Take that amount, maybe think of it monthly, because a lot of people tend to think of their expenses monthly, and then compare it to other things that you might spend that money on. Things like digital subscriptions, going out to eat, buying clothes, taking expensive trips, things like that. You might also just choose to incorporate therapy as part of your monthly budget, the same way you budget for something like a gym to take care of your physical health. You might budget for therapy to take care of your mental health. The reality is, if it's important to you, you'll find a way to fit it into your budget. My own practice is a cash pay practice or private pay practice, meaning you pay us directly, we provide you a statement, and then you submit that to your insurance, or maybe you have a flexible spending account or some other benefit from your employer. Whatever you do, you just want to try to figure out what is that monthly cost and how can I make it work. Also keep in mind that therapy doesn't have to be forever, so maybe you might just say, how can I afford therapy for the next 8 weeks, and let me budget for that or even save up for that. If you can't afford therapy and you don't have insurance, a good solution to check out is something called Open Path. If you just Google Open Path, you can find very low cost and affordable therapy options for people who have lower income or in financial distress right now. Tip number two, think about prevention. The reality is, it's the same in our physical healthcare system, is that we tend to only seek help after the fact, right? After something bad has happened, after someone's had a heart attack or a health scare, then we take action. Think about how much healthier we would be if we really got ahead of things and thought about mental health therapy from a preventative lens. In other words, having that person, that mental health professional that you trust, that can keep an eye on how you're doing, can help you mitigate your stress and anxiety, or keep your depression at bay, or hold you accountable with addiction that you're working through, etc. Most people just don't want to pay for prevention, but then you might end up paying for it tenfold later. So think about it now, and think about, again, this is an investment in preventative care for myself. Number three, so how is therapy an investment? Well, good mental health and being emotionally well is probably going to have real big impacts on your ability to perform well at work and to succeed in your career. So if you're spending some money and investing in mental health, and then as a result you're more effective at work, and then you get a raise, or you're a business owner and you're more focused and making better decisions at work, or making less emotional decisions, then therapy might be in fact paying for itself over and over again if you think of it this way. Number four, investing in therapy usually means your relationships are going to benefit. Now let's face it, who doesn't want deeper, richer, more meaningful, and smooth relationships in their life? So even if all therapy did was help you have less stress in your life and have better relationships, wouldn't that be worth it? Finally, number five, the benefits of therapy extend way, way, way beyond the end of therapy. What do I mean by this? Well, you're gonna have tools, coping skills, things like catchphrases that you remember your therapist saying. You're gonna remember these things and carry them with you well beyond the course of therapy. So therapy is kind of an upfront investment in a way, and over time you see that those benefits tend to be really lasting and extend well beyond the course of therapy. Again, obviously I'm biased here, but my suggestion is, even if nothing major is happening in your life, even if you don't feel really depressed or really anxious or something like that, I still recommend getting into therapy. At minimum, you'll learn more about yourself, you'll work on being the best person you can be and reaching your maximum potential. What's not to love about that? Hope this was helpful. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Do you think therapy is expensive? Too expensive? Is it worth your investment? If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button while you're at it. Thanks again. See you soon.